So my name is Sukanya, first name, and my last name is Bhowmik. So I'm originally from India. So I'm from northeast part of India, and my mother tongue is Bengali. So I'm here in Georgia for 8+ years, and I'm in the United States for 12+ years. For this program, I would love to tell some stories behind like what motivated me to join this project. So as I mentioned, that I'm here in this country, and as a non-migrant alien, a lot of challenges are there. So I came here with my husband as an H4 visa, which is a dependent visa. So I was enjoying my motherhood, with my 1-year-old baby, and then when I moved to Atlanta, I saw a couple of universities, and I feel like I should study again because I saw that hoardings, big hoardings with a cape and gown. So I started studying, and in between there are some visa issues. So my husband, he had to go back, and I said that okay, let me stay here. So I shifted to international student visa. So that the yoga, the Dharma, that project, I got involved. So it is helping me a lot in different aspects. So as I mentioned, like this is a big story, but that the bottom line is when you are going through a lot of stresses and some of the situations which you didn't even plan. So, and when because of the circumstances, you are taking this decision and you have to hold it. We can quit anytime, right? It's so easy. So back in my country, I have my relatives, my parents, my husband, everyone. But then I took a challenge and I said, okay, let me check. But it's not that easy. So when we plan, we do something, and when we are practically facing, there is a lot of difference. So I got a chance to work. I was so fortunate with Refugee Men's Network. So I started working, and again, 2021, another challenges came, like my work permit didn't renew on time. So I was forced to quit. So and you can imagine, like no one is there in this country with me except me and my daughter. And one fine morning, I came to know that from next moment, I don't have any earnings because I don't have any work permit. So thank God, in between, as I was a part of Refugee Men's Network, so I'm aware of different programs and how it's like they designed. So, and the purpose. So I just motivated myself so that I can go to that program, the scheduled time for that. And I started attending that classes. So those classes. So it's a big change for me. So whenever I feel like I do not see any ways how to overcome this. So after attending those classes and some other projects also, it helps a lot. I think I visited India last November. I think when after the COVID, when we started meetings, I started going to the office to attend. But during COVID, we started doing it like via Zoom. So it's more than, I think, almost 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. That's a long time.
Actually, they have changed. Now I'm trying to remember that the module changed a little bit, but the concept is same. So we started via Zoom only once a week in the evening. And then when the situation is a little bit better now, so we are doing it in person.
And what do you like about the program?
The program, that's why I did little bit intro of my situation, because everyone's experience is different and unique. So for me, there are a lot of frustrations, that's challenges, and that main thing is that always I am in a like dilemma, or you can say like worried and overwhelmed, that maybe sometimes I become more aggressive. Later on I realized that, oh, I should not I should not show this, especially with my daughter. So I get irritated very easily if things are not going. So this program, and especially the coordinator, who and how nicely she demonstrates and she explains, so it helps me to make myself, like, that cooling down and concentrate and focus. So it is helping me to be more mature, you can say. I can say that it's helping me in every aspect. So the physical health is definitely very important, but over the years, what I observed, that if you are not okay mentally, if your mental health is disturbed, so physically you will, it will reflect. So it happened with me. So I 2017 I had an ectopic pregnancy, so I had to go through some surgeries. It is another thing, means a lot of things were going on, and I started gaining weight. One fine morning I have realized that I can't bend down on my toes. I dropped something, and then I saw one of my friends, she just bent down and she took it. And I said, oh my God, I can't sit like this. So it was a big mental shock for me. So immediately I started looking for different programs and asking people, that the nutrition specialist, dietitian, my colleagues, like, why can't I bend down? So then I understood a self-realization that maybe after the surgery, and before that I had one road accident. So I didn't take care of my body, and I didn't follow the that my physical therapist, how she has designed my exercises. So my body became more stiff. So I have a lot of issues with my flexibility. So that program, it's not like super fast. It's not asking you like to do everything in one day, in a slow pace, and with a small steps. So it is helping me like to get back into a like good shape. So but I will emphasize on like the mental health than the physical one. So when I'm feeling positive, so automatically I get motivated for some other works.
So how has yoga affected your relationship with yourself and with your level of self-awareness?
Oh, it's now it's like my part of my life. So I try to do, like, maybe sometimes I cannot sit by myself more than 5 minutes, but then also I try. And sometimes that I try to do it while I'm swimming. So it helps, like the focus and the self-awareness. So when you are juggling with a lot of things, and like I'm clueless how to place them in a plate and organize, so then from this Dharma project, what I'm learning, like how to make it possible. So how to organize, and some of the things we need to let go. So we cannot fight with everything. So this is now today, seems like, oh my God, I'm also surprised that how I am just talking to you. I think this is the self-realization. You no need to learn and go through any script. When you are following, you are observing, you are into that program, automatically your words and your, it reflects in, like, I hope you understood. Like I didn't go through those questions earlier, but when you are asking, it's coming directly from my heart, like, oh yeah, yes. And simultaneously I can see myself, I can visualize that some of the structured thing which I'm now realizing it while I'm talking to you.
Would you say you're better able to regulate those thoughts and emotions from the
Yes.
yoga?
Yes. Earlier I was like very whimsical, and as I mentioned, like aggressive. Okay, let's do it. Let's don't do it. If I'm not able to make it, so easily, like I used to get frustrated. But now, over the time, now I'm also learning. I will not say that I learned it. I'm also learning that some of the things you have to be like go with the flow. You cannot control. So yeah, as I mentioned, like previously, my husband, he had to go back to India 2017. After that, he visited here 2 times as a visitor's visa, and I was just holding the baton because I was hoping that one day he will get his work visa again so that he can come back. And today he just landed.
Yay!
Just today he landed, but yes, there is a catch. He's right now in Boston, so he couldn't make it for Atlanta. But at least we are sharing the same continent.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's
why?
awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. And why I'm mentioning this one, like some of the things I cannot control, I have to let go. So this is the one of the best example for my life, that my husband, he is here, and I was able to restrict myself. I was able to control that me and my daughter, we didn't fly to Boston because I have my office. And a lot of things I have to calculate, that if me and my daughter right now we will fly over there, so I'm going to spend this much of money, which is, and what if he will join tomorrow his office, maybe he will be able to come back after I think next week. By this time he should be in Atlanta. So this yoga is teaching me like how to be patient, like, so I'm showing my patience. So that's why I put this example. I think this is the one of the best example for me, that the how I was earlier, a few months back, that including my parents, my friends, there's, are you serious? You are sitting in Atlanta and your husband landed in Boston, and
Right.
you are not visiting him during this weekend also. So yeah, I think yoga helped me a lot.
Um, do you feel like practicing yoga with the other ladies helped develop a better sense of community within the program?
Yes, definitely. I'm so like defocused because, as I mentioned, juggling with a lot of things, it is hard to concentrate. Suppose I feel like now I play sitar, one of the Indian classical instrument. So, but after 5 minutes, I became like, that restless. Okay, let's cook something. Oh, I have to do this. I have to do this. Or yoga, when you are planning to do it at home, because lot of programs are available online. So
Yes.
and you can purchase different applications, CDs, YouTube channels. Never ever it worked. So when I visited personally, even when we used to do the Zoom, then also sometime it happened that I missed that time virtually. So the one-to-one, and when you are physically present with in a group, so it for me it's just wonderful. I
Yeah.
believe in like in person and the community and making a group. So there is a vibes, we can exchange our thoughts. So it's very important for me.
Do you think that a program like this is beneficial for just the refugee community in general?
See, there is a catch. So the whole concept was, means initially, I think for especially that community, refugee and immigrant, but somehow I feel like, because I used to work as a full timer, and one of my job responsibility was like reaching to the community and motivate them and bringing them here. So I think still we are struggling, because the time what the program it offers, so most of, and the program was designed for, how much I understood, the part of the community who are actually they need it. So it doesn't match with that. And personally, what I felt like, it took me maybe 20 years. So to be in a track, like on a right track. So
Yeah.
it's so hard for others also, where their struggle and their situation is so different. So to motivate them, and they will motivate themselves to come to the office to a particular day and particular time, and for yoga, because this is a big exercise, like to motivate yourself or sit down for 30 minutes. It's not that easy. And most of the families, the women, especially we concentrate on women, like they have multiple kids, like, so it's hard. So I hope they are working on it, but definitely it will help. But they are only they are already struggling with a lot of things. So yoga is a luxury for them. They don't even think, they don't even understand. They
Yeah.
don't have that feelings that how it is going to help. So 2019, 20, there is the Dharma project was not there structured yet, but we started in a different way, different workshop. So how we can motivate them, how we can bring them. But it's really hard because one lady, suppose she showed interest, but her son is crying in the next room. So kids are, so kids are also like concerned. So then we started, when they started going to school, but when the families, they have infant and husband, they go to the work, and even they are at home, they do not take the responsibility. Only women, they should take care of their family. So it will help definitely, but I think we have, means the program, they have to redesign or think in a different way rather than bringing them to the office. If the program can visit the community, so I think that will be more beneficial. Like you are reaching out to their home.
How has your experiences been with the instructor, Safia?
Oh, so she is so awesome. The, as I mentioned, I'm struggling for maybe last 20 years to follow a routine for my self health and that mental health. Still I'm struggling, but I don't know, she has a magic. How nicely she explains each step, and she does it, and her posture and her demonstration. So it's just wonderful. So I love her.
Oh, that's great.
I subscribe. She has a couple of YouTube videos. So her channel. So I like that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
accept her classes. So she's very, very much experienced, and she has a lot of knowledge, I believe. At least I can feel her, or maybe her vibes can touch me.
So are you still doing yoga with the program?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think that you would pursue your teaching certification at some point in the future?
I would love to do that, but I am not convinced with my own body. So, because if you want, it's my opinion. If you want to be an instructor, so you have to be an example, like present yourself. So I think I'm far, far away. Maybe I can give that the instruction or the delivery, but practically maybe I cannot show them, because when it's hard for me to bend down, and if I am trying to deliver the message to the community that yoga is going to help you to become more flexible, so I think there is a challenge for me, but I wish. So it's one of my, like in my wish list, that
Yeah.
one day my body will be more flexible, and I'll be able to do that.
So what would you say to people who are trying yoga for the first time and have never practiced before?
For me, so from my experience, I will not say anything, because no one can tell you and motivate you until you motivate by yourself. So the only thing I can say, and I say the same thing to my daughter, that uh, keep continuing. So you should have one end goal, but you should not have that expectation, like the quick result. Nothing is coming so easily. So sitting over there and attending that class, it's itself a big challenge. So then slowly, because this sometimes it frustrates. So a lot of videos are available. Oh, you can lose 10 pounds in 5 days. You can lose 25 pounds in 1 month. But you are doing month after month, year after year, and you are not seeing any changes. So it frustrates. So those are the challenges. I think we only try to educate, but it's up to us, like when you will feel it from your inner side, so then only you can make it. No one can teach.
Is there anything else you want to share with us just about your experience being engaged with Dharma Project and Refugee Women's Network?
So the initiative and how they have designed everything is so wonderful. I'm into this, but as I mentioned, I don't think, because I love to visit the community and I visit there quite often. Suppose today after work, if I'm feeling like, okay, I don't have anything, I no need to cook in the evening, so I go to the community. So just like that. So because couple of families, the community for whom I work, they speak Rohingya. They are from the Rohingya community. So this is my observation only. Claxton, you will find a lot of diversity, right? So there are people of 60 different languages they speak. So if you will ask me to identify the most challenging community, that is Rohingya. They don't have any education. They don't have any exposure. They don't have any desire. They don't have any kind of positivity, so they can fit or they can find a better way. So if Dharma Project, they want to be involved in the community, they have to go to the community. Community cannot come to them. And the community is always, they are in a sinking mode. So we see every year they are growing. I go for the World Refugee Day every year. I observe that. I can see other community through those small cultural programs. You can feel the difference. At least I can see there is a distinct that, okay, they are trying to mix with this culture and their own culture. It's not like that they are forgetting their own culture. They are cultivating, they are working with both, and it's a nice bonding. But the community whom I work for, so they don't have that knowledge also. They don't have that dream also, and they do not dream also. So it's a lot of work, I believe, and a lot of involvements and a lot of research we need to get into the community.